Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Wealthy Mindset. It's yours truly, Money Making Mitch. And as usual, guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research. Another clear indicator that the shorts are panicking in a massive way is that they're starting to come back on the channel. Yes, they're showing their ugly heads yet again. You see, they're going to hiding when NEO stock price was skyrocketing back up to the $8 range and getting ready to keep running. For no apparent reason, it was dragged down, but we all know what the apparent reason was. It was clear manipulation. No one was selling their stocks so that institutions can keep buying, especially holding the price down to when the company becomes profitable so they can justify buying. And I did a video about that. But you can tell that we are at the inflection point. That's how you know. When you have a winner, you will have to struggle more than the ones that will fall by the wayside, like Li Auto that's crumbling. They had horrible earnings report today. You see what's happening with Tesla year over year for the last 3 years. And I called it on this channel, but they used to tell me I'm bashing. I should stop bashing, they said. Just like you have some people now still begging for $100. Let's push it to 100. Thinking that if I say it with my channel getting 2,000, 3,000 views, that it will cause Wall Street, it will manipulate the stock so much it will go to 100. I don't think so. I understand some of the desperation. And this is why on my channel, I have a certain amount of dedicated, loyal subscribers because we think like investors, not day traders, not pumpers. We're not desperate. We understand that this company is going to be a massive behemoth. And we understand history as our teacher. So we know that this stock will be well beyond 100 in the future. But it wouldn't happen because we say so. Myself, I cannot push it to 100 for you. I can just tell you what the company is doing, what will cause it to get to $1,000 in the future, and that it will take its course naturally. You, on the other hand, have to also do your own due diligence and research and see if what I'm saying is true. Well, what just happened again? US Tiger Securities maintained a buy rating and $8 price target on NEO. That just happened. We all know it should be well beyond 8 now with the earnings, but let's amuse ourselves. Saying the Chinese EV maker is entering a stronger product cycle that should drive improved profitability despite near-term delivery headwinds. Also, analyst Bope said, NEO reported a solid third quarter performance, We all know the stock should have never dropped, but again, the manipulation of the stock market. I've spoken of this many times on my channel, and people get angry with me for saying it, but this is why most Chinese companies, in fact, all of them now are listing on Hong Kong instead of the American stock market due to this disgusting behavior. It says, reported a solid third quarter performance highlighted by meaningful margin recovery and improving operating efficiency across its 3-brand portfolio, with the company on track to benefit from multiple large SUV launches in 2026, guys. Multiple large SUV launches next year coming. I believe it's 3. While the fourth quarter delivery guidance of 120 to 125 units came in below prior market expectations for the fourth quarter, which is coming up, which we are in now, management noted continued strength in high margin models, a more favorable product mix, heading into year's end, a more favorable product mix. And let's talk about that. I also remember, and again, it was out of desperation when some of the people visiting my channel, some retail investors would say, Tesla only have 2 models. NEO should only have 2 as well. Look how good Tesla is doing. Not understanding that we were coming to eat their lunch, breakfast, and dinner. Because having 2 models, yes, because they were the very first to do it. And they made their brand name. It's out there. It's established. Neo had to build its brand name, but the genius, the difference is we have a genius CEO who saw the future and always looking 5 years ahead. This is why we have chips. Um, he saw that we will need to cover many different segments, as small SUV, medium SUV, large SUV. Um, we have sedans in the high end, and I believe we're going to have sedan coming out next year in the Envo brand, just like we have Firefly to cover that segment, which is destroying and devastating that segment in China, which we know will catch on worldwide. But why do I know that? Well, because we put the customer first. Superior customer experience, superior product, superior technology, superior service. How you like them apples, boys? Everything else will fall into place. It said confidence in achieving, he says, and reiterated confidence in achieving quarterly break even in Q4. Pi wrote in a research note, based on Tuesday's closing price of $5.50, US Tiger's $8 target implies an upside potential of 45.5%, making it one of the more bullish outlooks on Wall Street. Market expansion, he said. Vehicle gross margins improved to 14.7% in the third quarter. Vehicle gross margins, very important. While gross margin from other sales reached 7.8%, resulting in an overall gross margin of 13.9%, the highest in nearly 3 years. Now, this is from other sales, guys. Imagine when we start selling the chips next year to the entire EV industry in China. How you like them apples? This will come from other sales, other revenues, billions of dollars, hundreds of millions to billions of dollars. Not just, and I'm not even talking about the battery swap partners that will be releasing all their models at once next year with the 5th generation station. Get ready, boys and girls. Looking ahead, the 2026 outlook appears constructive as the company enters a stronger product cycle, led by multiple large SUVs, improving cost structure, and scale-driven operating leverage, Pai said. Founder and Chief Executive Officer Emperor William Li said the ES8 and L90 combined with 3 new large SUVs plans for 2026 should help the company achieve vehicle margins of around 20%. And he did not add in from other revenue in that. Overall, despite near-term volume volatility tied to subsidy changes, we view the underlying fundamentals as improving. Strength in high-end models, yes. We imagine, guys, our ES8 is the second highest model selling for us. Second highest model. And that's our high-end model, bringing in massive revenue and higher margins. Rapid margins normalization, disciplined cost execution, and a stronger 2026 product cycle all point to a more favorable profitability path, the analyst added. Pai said the Shanghai headquartered manufacturer appears well positioned to enter its phase of growth, with a strengthened balance sheet and a clearer roadmap towards sustainable earnings. Does this make sense to you guys? Neo appears well positioned to enter its next phase of growth, the analyst wrote. Maintain buy, and he put it on bold letters. Maintained a buy rating. Neo listed share closed 4.35% lower at $5.50 on Tuesday, following the earnings report released before the market opened. So, while some of the analysts will be cutting the price target, most of them, I suspect, in order to keep the price suppressed so that their bodies, the institutions, can keep buying, because this is the game, my dear lads. Until they have enough shares that they stole away from retail hands, the weak hands, then they will tell them, oh, it's time to buy. The company's turning things around. That's when they push it back up. I hope you guys found this video yet again to be informational, inspirational, and motivational. So guys, boop, boop, boop. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Takes a lot of time to do these videos and the editing. And if you haven't yet subscribed, you might want to think about doing so, because in this channel, we are waking up the middle class for the first time to get a major piece of the pie from the ground level up as to how the games are played on Wall Street. And like 50 said, we get rich or we die trying, guys.